Hello, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. On the last episode, we continued on with the trial, actually got the videotape that supposedly had the proof that it was Goodman and Meekins in the evidence room. Turns out that the videotape wasn't really that helpful because there was something blocking everything. But we managed to find out that it might not be Detective Goodman because of pure luck, basically. Just a glove stuck in the locker prevented it from actually closing and locking, so whoever opened it didn't need the fingerprints. But on this episode, we're going to be finding out a little bit more information about this mystery person, apparently, and how it might be Goodman or how it might not be Goodman, because Meekins is about to give testimony again. So, there's one other thing that proves a man was Detective Goodman, sir! To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Phoenix, your hair already stands up on the end. Look at your hair. Look at your head hair. There are only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right. I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination. Okay, so let's find the hole in this testimony, Mystery Man number 2. So, this one's actually very simple. All we have to do is, actually it's incredibly simple because there's two different things we can do. On either this statement, one must use their ID card, this statement, or this statement, pretty much every single time that he says the word card. We have to present either the ID card, or we could also present that's not it. Where is it? The Goodman's Lost Item Report. We check this, yeah. He lost something, he never finished it. So, what did he lose? We'll present this. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe there's something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! Order! So, now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't good. Well, well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! Whoops! Good job, Phoenix! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else, Lana. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Object or wait or see what happens? Why wait and see? We've already proven too many things. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into that prosecutor's trap. What are you talking about? Oh, God. This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Quit reading my mind! Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? So now we get to present a profile. Actually, these are the only profiles we have. So obviously we mentioned Texas Ranger. We have the evidence needed to point directly to this person specifically. Thinks he's a cowboy. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees with the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while that witness is subpoenaed. I'm so glad I got that word right. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court in recess. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana! You're the one who knows everything! Emma. You always know everything! Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals! Oh, thank you, Gumshoe. Oh, yes I am! I'll come back later. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? Phoenix is like, oh, hello, Gumshoe. And he sulked away, too. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey! 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 I didn't see you there, Miss Sky! So many hays. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh! 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 That was funny. You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? But, Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. That's a giant stack! I can't believe you! The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case! Miss Guy was a witness? So we received the giant file of SL9 incident. Take it from me! You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, why? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just going to ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident. Is that... That's the classification number the police filed in under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? No, no, Lana! That's over with! No! Emma, wait! She ran away. Ah, you know what? I just remembered. I ought to be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'd better take a good look at this file. Things are going crazy! And, we're gonna find out on the next episode exactly how crazy it's going to get. So, on the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we'll be heading back to trial now that we have the giant stack of SL9 incident files with us, and find out a little bit more about how everyone is related to this, what exactly went on in the evidence room, and why is this tied so closely. So, until next time, hopefully you enjoy.
No, that's Dalmatians 22, 23, and 24. So now what? Found 9, 12 of the original of the 99 that went missing. That's actually a lot now. that's like 10%. That's what's in the lobby. Yep, this is Hercules. There's Phil. Except it says it's closed. Oh, now there's yellow ones. Okay, so there's now 5 colors I've found. Are there gonna be purple ones? And here's a safe spot.